Hey everybody, Karyn Bryant here today with me. Kicking back is Modestas Bukauskas, who is fighting Raffael Cirqueira. He is fighting him, and this is going to be a big fight for you. This is on the Fight up in Seattle with Song versus Cejudo. That is going to be a great card. I'm going to be up in Seattle. It's an awesome city. So pretty excellent for you to be fighting on the road, huh?
Oh yeah, 100%. Just want to say, obviously, it's an absolute pleasure to be talking to you. Yeah, like this is actually so. I fought in Vegas before. Obviously,
Mm-hmm.
I fought at the Apex, but not in front of like a big crowd.
Yeah.
So this is I can really call this like my proper US debut. Being able to fight in front of the American crowd and show how us London boys do it.
Well, I was going to say for those who want to take an interest in it, if they look at your Instagram, I mean, it's a real shame you had to train with a guy like Tom Aspinall. You couldn't find anybody better.
I know. I like. Why don't I try and find someone smaller? Do you know what I mean? Someone my own size and
Yeah.
stuff like that. I mean, had to go all the way up north to try and get some training.
I mean, geez. But so what is it? We should know. I mean, this is like you said. First time we're getting to talk, and it is a pleasure to meet you. Obviously, I've worked some of your fights before, but I feel like people know you. You've been in the UFC twice now. You were in, and then you went back and became Cage Warriors champ again, right? And then came back to the UFC. So you've already achieved a lot. What are you like? What do you want people to know about you before we even get into the matchup and stuff? Like, why, if I'm giving people a 5 second breakdown on why they need to watch a Modestas fight, like, what should I tell them?
It's funny because my goal for this year was to make some noise
Uh
because I
huh.
feel like more people need to know about me.
Yeah.
And realistically, it's just like I want to be known in the light heavyweight division. I want to become champion. I don't just want to be just another guy on the roster. I want to be working my way towards the top, working my way towards the top 15 and stuff like
Mm-hmm.
this, and work towards the belt. Ultimately. So yeah, like I say, if people don't know about me, in my last fight, I literally took a head kick and then managed to get a submission win at the end of it. So yeah, I like to bring excitement into the cage, and yeah, I'm looking forward to do the same in Seattle.
That's right. Now, was that Pracnio? Was that the Pracnio?
Yes.
Yes, right, right, right. I was going to say yes because I had my little, and that one, that was back at UFC 304,
Yeah.
and you got the triangle in there. So, if you're a guy that's getting triangles and stuff like that, are people to know that you are a grappler? No, right? Because you have more of a kickboxing background, right?
Yes, yeah, yeah. I actually started in kickboxing.
Yeah.
Was a four-time British kickboxing champion, and yeah, that's pretty much my style. Obviously, at the end of the day, as my career's gone on, like I'd like to make more of an all-rounded game
Mm-hmm.
to work my grappling and stuff like this. But yeah, I'm definitely more known for my striking. I've got a couple of spinning back kick knockouts in my career and stuff like this. So yeah, like I say, I'm ready to bring the flair when I go and fight again.
Nice. Well, the thing about the light heavyweight division, I'm trying to think right now in terms of, I mean, obviously the champion is a hell of a striker, right? But and people love strikers, but you know, you have room to make a name for yourself as that kind of guy in that division, wouldn't you say?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
100%. Like I say, I mean, you usually when I fight, like I say, I like to throw different, like more flamboyant things. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like it's not often that you see light heavyweights,
Right.
throwing spinning back kicks and all these like sort of more flashy moves and stuff like this. It's not often you see light heavyweights doing backflips at the end of their fights.
Right.
So yeah, like I say, I like to bring my speed, my precision, and yeah, I'm really looking forward to it.
So you have a fight coming up with Raphael. What do you think of this matchup in terms of styles, and how do you think you can beat him?
Yeah, so obviously Sequeira is a very skilled fighter. He's definitely predominantly more of a stand-up fighter. He has got a couple of submission wins on his record and stuff like this, mainly fighting in Brazil. So look, he likes to be flamboyant and flashy as well. Obviously, he's got some very powerful kicks and stuff like that. Kind of similar to my last opponent, I guess you could say, in terms of being able to throw powerful kicks
Yeah.
in the light heavyweight division. But at the end of the day, I just feel like my striking is much crisper. I feel my hands are better. I feel like I can put the pressure on him. I know he's definitely going to be coming out all guns blazing because obviously he wants to, wipe away the tears from his
Yeah.
last performance. He obviously wants to come in, with a lot of confidence and, kind of be like, hey, listen, I'm here now and stuff like that. So, yeah, I can expect him obviously to come out fully confident, obviously looking to rebound off of that loss. So, yeah, I know I know it's going to be a very exciting, explosive matchup, and like I say, I just feel like my skill sets are better in every area, and it's my job to go out there and show it.
And you guys are fighting pretty early on the card too, right? So this could be one of those where people need to get their butts in the seats right away, right?
Oh yeah, 100%. So listen, you lot don't want to miss it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
We've got two guys with some very long names. Make sure you hit it up for that fight.
That is very true. And people don't even appreciate that. It's funny because, every now and then you hear an announcer make a mistake. And I'm always like, look, you guys don't even understand because we might be going from a Russian name to a Brazilian name to, whatever. And then you can't remember, is that guy Mexican or Brazilian because it's Rodriguez? You know what I mean? And your whole brain is like Rodriguez or whatever. It's a lot. So, yes, that's why I'm always like, please tell me your name. And we get our name files and we always try to do it correct. But thank you for your patience if we goof it ever. So obviously if you're talking about wanting to really make an impact and make a name for yourself as one of the more exciting light heavyweights, are there people in the past that you sort of, I don't want to say is a hero or anything, but you're like, you know what, I'd like to have a career like that guy, or I really appreciated how this person fought, and if I could bring that energy, or sort of, I don't know, not that you want to follow somebody else's footsteps and be the new version of somebody, but you know what I mean, historically, is there somebody that you appreciated?
Oh yeah, 100%. I mean, George St. Pierre, an absolute animal. You know what I mean? Like, he showed every single aspect of MMA. He showed his wrestling. He showed his striking. He showed his jiu-jitsu. Obviously, one of the goats in MMA. Obviously, I haven't necessarily worked a lot of takedowns in a lot of my fights. But that's something I definitely want to show, like, the improvements in my game as the fights go on, just to show all the things that I've just been adding to my repertoire and stuff that I've already had, but I've just not been showing in my fights. And also, like, even just Alex Pereira, he made an absolute bang in his career very early on. So, with this being my second stint, this is the sort of bang that I want to create in my career right now. I feel like the first stint in my career was a little bit in the UFC. I felt like I was probably just a bit too young, maybe a bit too immature. And it's funny because, I wasn't exactly necessarily like crazy young or anything, but I just felt maybe mentally, physically, and in the way that I was doing things just wasn't quite where it needed to be. And I feel like I've changed so many things. And like I say, I'm ready to show my full skill sets now because I know I can be the best in the world. So, like I say, it's just down to me to go out and do it. And it's very exciting. And I'm definitely coming in with a much more renewed mindset in this run for sure.
So, for people who are in the UFC, then get cut, it's tough to come back. I'm curious, what was your mindset when that happened? Were you the type of person that, you just admitted that maybe you were too young in that moment, though? Did you think you were too young, or was it that you needed some time to go, okay, actually, it's okay if I'm out and I can fight my way back in?
Well, I just feel like maybe mentally, I don't know. I just don't think I was actually prepared to fight in the UFC. Maybe obviously at the time, you think you are ready because you just like notched up a load of big wins in the regional scene, and you think, okay, I'm going to go out there, I'm going to make a statement. But looking back, I actually think it was, maybe it wasn't, or maybe I took fights too early. I should have built myself up a little bit more because I took on some pretty tough opposition, as I had, like, pretty early on. I mean, I fought Khalil Roundtree and Jim McCrew, who are now, like, obviously doing very good in the light heavyweight division. When I got cut, obviously I thought that that maybe that would have given me a little bit of an extra nod to say, okay, we might want to keep this guy, but obviously they don't normally keep guys with three losses in a row, and it was quite difficult because I definitely went through a very dark time. I obviously I questioned a lot of things, but I don't know, for some reason I just can't. I kind of, in my head, I just knew that the story could not end there. It's like I can't just, okay, my knee got destroyed and now everyone just forgets about Modestas Bukauskas. He's done. He's in the past. He's now ancient history. And I just noticed, like, kind of I went into a dark place as well because like a lot of people just sort of turned their backs on me. You know, people stopped believing in me, and you know, I just saw like in all areas of life, just like I just went to like a very like deep, dark hole, and it took me till after I recovered from my knee injury, which the surgeons did an absolutely amazing job, by the
Good.
way. The fact that I'm doing backflips again, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like they done an absolutely amazing job. Great
Yeah.
doctors. Once I started getting my recovery back and I started like, you know, okay, I'm getting better now. I'm getting back into training and stuff like this. That's when I was like, do you know what? Let's make this happen. The comeback story is going to be even bigger. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
the fact that I got there in the first place was a big deal, but now the fact to be able to get back there again, how crazy would this story be? You know, it's like imagine looking back at my life and looking back at my legacy and stuff like this. Like, where would I be? And you know, sort of how would the story be written when I'm looking back on it? So that was the thing that really fueled me and drove me and motivated me, and as well proving a lot of people wrong at the same time. Because like I say, no one thought I was ever going to come back. No one thought I was ever going to be back in the UFC. No, like I say, no one thought I was even going to get back into a fight. So the fact that I was able to do those things, with a lot of people doubting me, that really did fuel me. You know, they say you shouldn't be fueled by you know, negative sort of things or emotions or stuff like that. But for me, that worked out really well. I feel like I seemed to fight best during that, and it gave me a bit of almost like a bit of a darkness, I guess you could say, because I like to be. The way I like to describe it is blue and red lightsaber. I don't know if you know, most people know the Star Wars reference, but you know,
Yes.
blue lightsaber, you know, kind, compassionate, caring,
Right.
this, that. Like obviously, I like to be like that. My parents brought me up to be that way. You've got to have the dark side where you got, you know, you got a bit that anger, that ferociousness, and just intensity and stuff like
Yeah.
that. So these things were stuff that I definitely took out from those dark times, and I've added it into my skill sets as well. So obviously it's been a crazy journey and a crazy
Yeah.
road, but like I say, even now the story's still not over. There's still more to be done, and one of the actual goals that I have written down was to make some noise in 2025. So it all
Nice.
starts on February 22nd.
I love that. That's such a great analogy too. So then, does that make you Mace Windu then, right? So you're purple actually. You got a little bit of the good and a little bit of the bad.
That's it. That's it. It's funny because my training partner and good friend Will Curry,
Yeah.
he was the one who sort of introduced me to that sort of way of thinking and stuff like that. And
Yeah.
I think actually one of my friends even bought me a purple lightsaber for
Nice.
like Christmas or something, because I kept just talking about it over and over and
Yeah.
over
Yeah.
again. And, yeah, nah, so 100%, yeah, purple lightsaber,
I
bit in
love it.
between.
Say, I have to ask before I let you go, though. You probably do get a lot of support from the Lithuanian community. For you, that's a big deal, right? Repping Lithuania.
Oh yeah, 100%. And do you know what? Like that's the country that I was born, and obviously, you know, I moved to the UK when I was 3 years old. So I'm obviously a massive, big supporter and representing Lithuania, since that's, you know, that's where I was born.
Yeah.
I've been back there many times as well with my family and stuff like that. But I just want to add that I am repping the UK as
The
well.
UK.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Big time. You know what I mean?
Of course.
So that's why if you saw my last weigh-in on UFC 304, I had the Lithuanian flag and I had the British flag, because you know, the way I like to put it is born in Lithuania and bred in Britain. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
like, as you can tell by my accent and
Yeah.
everything,
Yeah.
and you know, like my mannerisms and my sayings and stuff like that. You know, I pretty much grew up in this country, so I have a massive influence from the UK as well. So I do represent them as well. But yeah, obviously my roots and my heritage and stuff like that comes from Lithuania. The fighting warrior spirit is definitely from there for sure.
Nice, nice. Well, and I lied. I have another question for you. Since you said the bit about Star Wars and stuff, because I'm a bit of a sci-fi nerd. What are you? Yeah, yeah. So what are you outside of MMA and stuff though? Yeah, like what do you do for fun? If Modestas is in his downtime, are you a gamer or do you play? You know, what do you do when you're not fighting?
Do you know what? It's funny. It's sort of changed over the course of time. Like I was actually talking to one of my best mates about this, but I remember like back in the day, like even in 2023, I used to like go out a lot. Do you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
kind of like go out into town and like go to like clubs or go to bars or stuff like this. But it's funny, and that used to be my thing that I'd be like, oh, I really enjoy doing this. And it's like now I kind of like a bit more of the quiet life. Do you know what I mean? I like being out in nature. I live in the woods, so I like to go on walks and stuff like this. I like to go on little coffee walks and stuff like this. Do you know what I mean? Realistic. And I ain't gonna lie to you. I've literally just before this interview, I've been watching Harry Potter. So you know, I've been, like,
which one?
I just like what Deathly Hallows part.
Okay.
I'm about to be on part 2 as well. But yeah, like to be honest, I just like to mentally just get away from things and almost like appreciate things. You know what I mean? Like even just me driving, I bought a BMW, and I just like driving in my BMW. Do you know what I mean? Just like playing loud music, just getting into the zone and stuff like this. It's nothing very extravagant that I like to do. Like I can't pinpoint and tell you, oh, this is something that I like to, because I literally just like to do things that free my mind, free my spirit, and just like, you know, just feeling grateful for everything, because I mean, what a crazy life to live. Do you know what I mean? And the fact that I've been given so many blessings coming back from this injury and stuff like this, and being back in the UFC and fighting in front of thousands of people, you just go out into life just thinking, do you know what, I'm blessed. And once that caffeine hit goes in, oh my gosh, these feelings just get amplified. So I love it.
Nice. I love it. Well, that sounds fantastic, and it's a really great mindset. Looking forward to seeing you fight. So folks should know that, they got to pay attention if they can. Get to Seattle, because, you know, Seattle is such a cool city, and we haven't been there in a long time. I remember going there before. I remember being at the press conference when Dana gave Ronda her belt, and she was like, I don't want to just get the belt. I want to earn it. And Nate was fighting Benson, and, you know, it was great. And Seattle's cool. So, looking forward to that, Modestas. And, if you could make a prediction, how do you think you could finish this fight?
So I feel that I'm going to finish the fight on the feet. I feel like I'll get a TKO. Like I say, he's a very dangerous opponent. Got, you know, like I say, a whole host of skills and stuff like that. But I feel like I'm going to put the pressure on him and I'm going to finish him. Whether that be in the round 1, 2, or 3, I just know that I'm going to find it. And I'm going to land my shots.
Nice. Well, looking forward to it. I'm working that card and really psyched about it. So thank you for taking the time today to kick back with me. It's been really cool to get to know you. And really just looking forward to seeing you fight.
No worries. And like I say, it's really good to get to know you as well. And like I say, I was almost a little bit starstruck when they said that Karyn Bryant was, that I was supposed to do an interview with you. Like I say, I've seen your interviews before online and stuff like that. So I just want to say thank you so much. And I'm looking forward to get out there in Seattle also. Yeah,
thank you. All right, we'll see you out there with your purple saber.
Purple lightsaber. I'll make sure I pack it in my travel bag.
Yeah. Nice. Good luck getting it through customs, though, right? Take it easy.
Exactly.
Have a good one.
All right,
bye.